I was listening to the story about, it was a story of a family in Washington, and the little boy called the Bigfoot the Cowboy Man. And he had, apparently it had made an effort to steal this kid. And it hit me. My children were in that playpen behind me with nothing but a mosquito net over them. It could have crept up behind me and taken both of my children, and I wouldn't have known.
His father just got like a Mustang or something from Wyoming, okay? He had it out in the corral because he couldn't put it in the barn in the stalls with the other horses. It would kick and made all the other horses nervous. Had a Seminole Indian working the horse trying to break it every day. So they had it out in the corral. This skunk ape snuck up behind this horse and grabbed it on its hind quarters. This particular horse kicks out, jumps over the corral, runs into the pasture, to get away. At this point, the rancher's out there just blasted away with the dirty. Skunk ape runs into the swamp.
I went up there one day after that, or 2 days after that. I went up there and sat in the silence up there, and I'm telling you, man, it was free. It was crazy. There was a crazy vibe up there still. I did what I could to kind of get things under control, but I told her, I said, you need to get off this property. I feel like no matter how strong you are, it's almost like standing in the ocean. You can't stand still without moving your feet. You're going to get knocked over eventually, no matter how strong, whatever. You can't withstand a barrage of weird spiritual energy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Paranormal Odyssey. Got another little short story I want to share with you guys. Before we get started, there we go. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, please. Sure would appreciate it. If you've had an encounter, like to come on and share it with me, episode of Paranormal Odyssey, I would love to talk to you about that. Shoot me an email to wayne@paranormalworldproductions.com. Also, just shoot me an email and say, hey, what's up? Let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to cover in the future, what you think about me continuing to do these, and all that good stuff. All right, just going to go ahead and jump on into it. Tonight, we are talking about Dead Children's Playground in Alabama. As if the name's not creepy enough. All right. This playground, located in Huntsville, Alabama, at first sight appears to be an exact copy of any other playground you might find in any other state, but the view may be a little different than what children may be accustomed to. This park is located right across the Maple Hill Cemetery, and the children who play here at night may very well be the spirits of a local serial killer's victims. Maple Hill Cemetery is the oldest and largest cemetery in Alabama. Founded in 1822 by Leroy Pope, it originally spanned just 2 acres of land. Today it spans over 100 acres and is the gravesite of many, including several hundred Civil War soldiers. Between the years 1945 and 1955, the Outer Banks were home to limestone quarry. With the extraction of the limestone, large pits were created, becoming cavities for hidden secrets. Local legend has it that during the 1960s, a string of child abductions terrorized the city of Huntsville. With no ransom requests for any of the children, many believe the perpetrator was not just abducting, but also killing the children. Eventually, these beliefs were proven correct when the skull of a child was found in the quarries. Further into the investigation, more skeletal remains were found, along with the corpses of other recently missing children. After the revelation of the bodies, the abductions stopped, but the identity of the killer or anyone else involved was never revealed or confirmed. It should be noted that although many articles reference this local legend, I could not find any primary sources, such as a newspaper article, to confirm this legend. By 1985, the land where the quarry existed had been donated to the city. Plans were then put into place and executed to build Maple Hills Park in that area. The exact area where the legend has it the children's bodies were found. Almost immediately after it was built, the locals began to hear sounds coming from the playground at night. They eventually became acquainted with ghostly visitors to the park from the hours of 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. So acquainted, they have nicknamed the park Dead Children's Playground. And in 2007, they expanded the cemetery. The city removed the park, causing an uproar among its citizens. The park was returned to its rightful place with new equipment, to the joy of many children, both alive and dead. Many report the sounds of children's voices giggling throughout the night, swings moving on their own, with patches of dirt being kicked up as if someone had jumped off the swing. Pictures taken by visitors and ghost hunters show orbs and mists around the height of children. Some even seen illuminated all around areas of the playground, specifically on the moving swings and going down the slides. Others have reported the sounds of mothers calling out to children, and eerily enough, standing above the park, some have reported seeing the ghostly figure of a man standing down at the playground. Could this be the killer that once terrorized the town, watching his victims where he left them? Today the park is closed at night, but that hasn't stopped many from going and investigating themselves, hoping to experience a look at the other side. But how about you? Would you take a relaxing stroll in Maple Hills Park between the hours of 10 p.m. and 3 a.m.? I don't know that I would. Want to give credit for that story to Faxology.com. That's where I got that one. All right, guys. Short and sweet, but absolutely spooky. I mean, the way I've always been, and my wife can tell you this, and anyone else that knows me, I'm a big true crime guy. There's been talks of me and Brian working together in the future on the True Crime Odyssey show. That, before the Bigfoot, I was a true crime nut. I can't get enough of it. Even today, my TV's on the ID channel all the time. But if it's about kids, I turn it. I can't deal with someone hurting a child. The thought of someone hurting children, that whole, I don't even know the kid's name a few years ago that was tortured and tormented by his parents until he ultimately died. I don't even know the details of that, because when people start talking about it, I leave, I tune out, I walk away. I can't stand to think of children in pain. Children, I mean, they're angels. They are. You touch one of my kids, and I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but I can't stand to think of children being hurt. There is a place in hell for people that hurt children. I really do believe that. So this story here is certainly creepy. Let me know what you guys think about it, if you would. All right, guys, head over to paranormalworldproductions.com. Pick you up a shirt like one of these, maybe. Yep, just got my shirts in. I can't speak enough about how much I'm loving this shirt. I really, really do like it. But head over to paranormalworldproductions.com. Check out this show, Sasquatch Odyssey. Brian killing it as always over there. As I spoke earlier, the True Crime Odyssey. Go check that out as well if you're a fan of true crime. And just show the shows and the whole Paranormal World Productions brand some support. All right, guys. As always, I come to you twice a week with new episodes on Apple, Spotify, Google, Audible, all the major podcatchers. I don't know if there are any out there that we're not on. But yeah, every Wednesday and Sunday, you can find new episodes here in the future. I'm going to start dropping a bonus show every now and then. So be looking out for that. And also here, guys, every Friday night, Paranormal Odyssey Live can be found. Yeah, so if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Guys, get a hold of me anytime you want. Please go rate and review the show on any of those podcatchers, specifically Apple, Spotify. It does so much for us. It helps others find the show. It bumps us up and helps us continue to grow and be able to produce more content for you guys, and that's what it's all about. So please just take a minute to rate and review the show. All right, guys, that's enough of that. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so very much for all of the continued love and support and all of that. I want to ask everybody to be good to each other, be good to yourselves.